Yeah.
Just slightly branching off of that, like on the anxiety thing, I've got something that I like to call mild paranoia. Kind of like if I like one of those things about, as I was talking about earlier, where in the back of my mind one of those things. And sometimes this is probably just because I've noticed this in the past 2 years, but because of my studies on history of warfare and lots of other stuff. But anytime I walk into a room, the first thing that happens is, okay, who's there, what's in the table, what's in the room, where's the exits, where's the windows, things like that, and everybody just quickly calculates a couple different plans. It's just, okay, if this happens, I'm going to do this, or if that happens, this, and then it's sort of just planning of being always wanting to be prepared and always trying to be efficient and as possible against, but then it's just, okay, done that, great, okay, guys, time to be big, loud Toby. And then that just stays in the back of my mind.
It's good though. I mean, one of the good things about anxiety is it can prepare you for potential danger and get you ready to do whatever you need to do. Yeah. And I mean, it's good. It's probably not a bad thing that you're doing that, going into a situation thinking, what could go wrong here? People with ADHD, they often get a little bit sort of paranoid because often they have been bullied. They're more likely to get bullied, and then you go into a situation and think, well, who's going to be horrible to me or who's not? Or sometimes people with ADHD, they can be a bit more likely to have some negative experiences. Like you're a bit more likely to get exposed to trauma. So there's some other things that that can build into that.
Why is it more likely?
Could be a couple of things. One could be that because you're very impulsive, you get into dangerous situations. Like you might go out at night and not think this is risky, or you might take risks on your mountain bike that other people will think, no way, I'm going to go over that jump.
Or you could just see a giant electrical spark and think, I want to touch it, I must go into the light.
Like that sort of thing. And then there's possibly that people recognise that you're a bit vulnerable, and that can make bad things happening to you more likely. So people that aren't very good at assessing danger, they often end up in more dangerous situations because horrible people can recognise that a little bit. Yeah. So there's a whole raft of things potentially. Yeah, but mild paranoia, you wouldn't worry about that. But if you really thought someone was trying to kill you, and then you might be quite worried. Did that answer your question? Yeah.
And I had another question. Oh yeah. Would the stuttering be just my brain just trying to rush things, or do you think is there a second reason that you can think of for it?
Yeah, we think stuttering is a little separate from ADHD or even learning issues, and so some professors of philosophy or whatever can stutter.
One man named, I want to say Dionysus, but that was someone else. It was someone began with a D. He lived in the time after Alexander in Greece, and he was able to deliver. He was teased because he stuttered, so he fixed it by putting pebbles into his mouth somehow before speech, and that somehow solved his stutter. Yeah. I don't understand how, but it worked. So
in some speech and language therapists use a program. I think I can't quite remember it, but it might be something called smooth talking or something, smooth speech or something like that. There are some interventions that can sometimes help with stuttering, but we don't think it's tied up with ADHD. We don't think it's any more likely. Yeah.